Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Oh, Dominion, thank you for the biddies and for everything, actually.
Yes, old
Good to
Dominion.
see you again. Good to see you again. I hope you had a great holiday, good new year, all that good stuff. And appreciate the comments on the logo. Our awesome bully bait, aka Tabletop Apprentice, worked up some great stuff for us. And we're rolling them out as we see. We got a couple things we dropped a little bit, like the site and the podcast and things of that nature we're talking about. But whole fresh look for Homebrew Cafe coming into 2022. So really exciting. We had a lot of good support last year, and we're really pleased at the support from you guys. So really appreciate it. So we're just waiting for one more person to come in. Run a little late, but we maybe take a moment and chat with folks.
Yeah.
So how's everyone's week been? I know we got slammed with 2 snowstorms down here, and it's freezing cold today. At least the wind chill, man. It's like in the single digits. Indeed.
It's been cold. I have to wear 2 sweatshirts at work.
2 sweatshirts? Man, now you're talking about some frigid stuff. You're a little more north than I am.
Yeah, but I go from outside where it's cold to inside where it's cold to outside
Oh,
where
that's
it's cold.
right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Given your profession. Well, I will say most of the time I'm outside, but a lot of times I'm outside. We work in the environment, they say.
Yeah.
But we're back with Strahd. It's been what, a month now since I think a week before Thanksgiving. I think. Explain that a little bit. Yeah.
Over a month. Yeah.
We explained that a little bit with the IMAX tale in our Wednesday sessions, but it's been real crazy for us to try to get together. With the
Friday's
holidays
been hard. It's been hard to get together on a Friday.
I ended up getting sick there for a couple weeks, and it's been real rough, So we're back at it. We're excited. I'm excited to get back into Strahd, the goth, Victorian feel of Strahd or Barovia or Ravenloft. And I hope y'all out there definitely check out the new Ravenloft books. Man, it's really good. Van Richter's Guide to Ravenloft, really good. You can find it now at your D&D Beyond. Not sponsored.
Not a sponsor.
Nope.
But it's some really good stuff in there. Really good short one-shots that could be made out of that. And who knows? This may not... Well, at the end of this session, Curse of Strahd only runs to the level 10. And I would have figured we probably got another... our going rate. Probably another 4 months with this.
Jeez. Wow.
But
we should be done by July.
we should be done by summer break.
Well, one would have thought Waterdeep would have been done pretty early too, but
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? We could TPK tonight too, so
Oh yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Hey, Corey's here with viewers.
Hey.
Corgi raid! Yay! Woot!
Let's go.
But yeah, you guys are level 8, and you gotta beat up Strahd or TPK, however it works
Don't
out.
forget Balfour.
Or Balfour, yes.
Yes.
We gotta save him. He's been gone.
We got to rescue Balfour, right?
Balfour's in the castle. He's got to be rescued. Which means I need it. That reminds me, Neil. I have to get up with you sometime as we get closer to finish my epic ending that we developed. Yeah, how you been, Neil? How was your holidays? I seen you in Discord, so I'm sure I asked you that already. But I hope all is well. I know you're going some rough time there, but I hope everything is well. I know. That's why I want to work some things out with you. Yeah, I had it ups and downs. I'm sorry to hear some of the stuff you were telling me. What happened? But I hope you got the chance to relax and be stress free for a little bit. Enjoy your holidays as much as you can. So.
Well, it's probably a lot less stressful now that you're home. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, guys, we got a lot. I let maybe Bully got some announcements or anything? We can fill the time in while we wait for Bully?
So, daily uploads still on the YouTube channel. Currently, we are scheduled all the way out until January 24th.
January 24th? Oh.
Curse of Strahd starts, I believe, on January 20th. Waterdeep is going to run until the 19th. This Saturday, there is the first half of a one-shot that was run by Ed in the middle of last year. Next Saturday is the second half to that.
Very nice, very nice.
You got it, Neil.
Trying to think if I have any other things.
No, I don't think
definitely,
so. Hopefully,
hit our links
next week. Back to our normal routine next week. Hopefully.
Yep. And don't forget our website. Wow, that's coming. Don't forget the website. It's coming. But don't forget the Discord. And check out all these notifications when the videos come out. And come chat with us. And give us ideas for NPCs, anything like that. But definitely want to catch last night's Waterdeep episode. That hopefully will be coming up on video. You definitely.
That should be. Yep, that's on the 19th.
Yeah.
No, last night's is this.
Yeah.
Will be this Monday.
Yep. The website's in the works.
Yep.
Not ready. Chapter. Not ready yet. But yep, that is on its way. And you can have a one-stop shop essentially. But don't forget our Discords and our links. And you definitely want to go back, at least in the VODs, or maybe catch it on YouTube when it comes out. But definitely don't want to miss last night's episode. That was some good stuff.
The website will be for like archiving video and all the campaigns. Our campaigns will all be written out like blog style, so you'll be able to read through the campaign, all of our adventures and stuff like that. And then there'll be miscellaneous content on there for DMs, like maps, maybe some one shots. The world that Bully's working on, we're working on our own world for D&D. There'll probably be like a DM's toolbox full of miscellaneous NPCs and magic items and you name it, just like stupid stuff that you can just like grab and use. Just that kind of stuff.
We'll probably also give some material for some new players, like basic rules, how to create characters, some character sheets for 5e, some free stuff essentially that we can give.
Didn't someone share a link with me?
I think.
I don't know what that link would have been. I mean, we use D&D Beyond, which is a free site, but I don't know if there's actually a how-to on it. I'm sure there is. But
so if you're part of my Discord, we had a workshop in D&D links where I posted a lot of workshop
that could
stuff.
be too, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Hey, high hopes.
Hey,
but I was spreading out. I got a lot of that beginner stuff websites. There's a lot of that out there. Top of my head, I don't remember what the website's called, but there's a lot of like you can print your own character sheets. There's basic rule sets that you can go through to create your own character. And D&D Beyond is one. It has a character creation method for free, actually. So
yep.
High hopes.
Yeah, it kind of walks you through it step by step. I mean, it doesn't really walk you through it, but you have to go through the pages one at a time. So
yep. But keep that in mind, D&D is not really a paid. You just pay for the sources that you wish. You have your basic sets. You still can create your characters and things of that nature. Chicken wraps. Ooh, I had a stromboli for dinner.
How was your stromboli?
It was good. And let's see.
I see your stromboli and raise you hot dogs and tater tots.
We also got it. We also got a new command. I think this is how you do it. Yep. So you can get our quotes by just exclamation quotes, and the next one should hopefully
type exclamation quote 1 space 1.
Yes. Woohoo!
The ears have walls. You're welcome. All for that sweet little nugget.
Again, so right now we only have 2 quotes, right? We have We have the ears have walls is quote number 1, and is that a breath weapon quote number 2. You guys, the chat, are able to add their own quotes. So if somebody says something ridiculous, the command to add the quote is exclamation quote space add space whatever the quote is.
All right.
If you need to
So
ask,
that way
feel
you
free to ask.
guys can add them. I believe. I'm pretty sure it's set up that everyone can add them.
Everyone? Not just
Yep.
bots?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
But and it will number it automatically. So if you guys find out that there's a quote that you like, you can recall that quote just by typing exclamation quote space 25 or whatever.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's another one. I forgot about that one. Don't touch anything. That was from session 3 of our IMAG.
I told you guys, don't touch anything.
That was
So
that was
just quit touching
Strahd.
That was
everything.
Strahd, yeah. It was
That was
Strahd.
Strahd.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Zephyr.
right, that's
Zephyr
okay.
was always yelling at us for touching stuff in the death house.
Oh,
And
That's
you guys
right.
touch everything.
We touch everything.
Well, I mean, to be fair, everything touched me.
Hard.
Okay.
I don't know.
It touched real
Yeah,
hard.
It touched hard, man. Let me tell you.
Watch out for broom closets.
Broom closets, suits of armor, chests.
I think
That suit of
Talk
armor
was on-
awesome.
Talk was unconscious for most of that death house. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
I took a
The-
pretty good lump,
strong-
2 lumps actually from a broom. Who
The
knew
strong-
a broom could hit so hard?
Yeah, I was actually talking about
oh,
the lost episode of your character being stuck in the tent when I was streaming earlier.
Was that lost?
That is the lost episode.
Oh, that's the one
Oh,
that's missing,
no.
huh?
That,
Oh
was
no!
it yours that we were both stuck in tents in the tent? You and me? Or was it
I
you?
think you
I-
escaped. I
think
Tarnok had issues.
I was able to.
Oh, no.
I made an attack on the tent. I was able to use my dagger to cut a hole and get out of it.
Right.
Yeah, I think Tarnok was the
Oh.
one that was like, "I'm going to put my armor on."
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I gotta put my.
Again, you don't go to sleep with your armor. I mean, it's a
I
thing.
sleep with my armor on now.
Yeah, we all sleep with our armor on now.
Who tied the tent flap shut?
It's fine.
It's okay.
Oh,
He
that's
didn't
good
know
stuff.
we were there, right? It was you guys were talking. It's what gave us away.
You can't come in our house.
Oh,
If I
So it's been
tie
a
the
good-
flap shut, he can't come in.
He's not invited.
so we're on session 30, and that one was way back when they first or second encounter with Strahd, where they thought they could hide in a tent
Episode
away
7,
from Strahd.
gone.
Yeah, the lost episode. We'll have to find it. But then I animated the
It's
tent, and they got
gone.
stuck in it.
Gone.
So
It was gone before.
elf and page armor. But yeah, I thought I had it, but I guess I don't. But anyways, it's been a good month since we last touched Strahd. So let's if Corgi is ready, maybe we can get a nice little recap in, and probably then I'll give you a little overview of where we're at currently.
Yeah, it's
Corgi,
been
tell us what
it's-
we did.
it's been nearly 2 months, my friends.
Oh boy.
So after catching their breath, they open the door. By the way, we are at the Order of the Silver Dragon, the big ruins of the Order of the Sylvan Dragon. To remind everybody, after catching their breath, they open the door into the foyer. It feels like a tomb filled with statues and tapestries. A large winged shadow moves across the wall, and they hear a beastly hiss, but they see no physical being to make it. They avoid doors they saw by the shadow and instead investigate the dining hall. Through a broken window, they see a chapel to the Morning Lord. In front of the altar are 3 revenants kneeling. They leave them and move on to explore the kitchen. A bat surprises Tarnok, who falls to the floor. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Zephyr Zephyr walks by him and looks out the window to the graveyard. She sees 5 graves that don't appear to have been dug up but instead something has clawed its way out. She also gets an eerie feeling that she's being watched. They get ready to move on to the next room when Tarnok decides to get his revenge on the bat and smacks it with a large frying pan. A loud
Yeah.
sound reverberates through the building, and in the distance they hear the revenants coming towards them. They barricade the doors and barricade the doors close and hope that they are found. But when a long sword comes through the door, they know that they are in for a battle. They see a revenant through the hole in the door and begin shooting arrows at it, but it also sees Tarnok and paralyzes him with fear. Then there is a slam with a sword on the other door as another revenant begins to break in. The doors break down, and now they find themselves face to face with the three revenants from the chapel. The revenants are able to tank all of the damage that they deal, but they do eventually kill all three. From the next room, they hear shuffling and find an injured dusk elf hiding. He says his name is Savid, and he has been out looking for the long since found Vistani girl, Arabella. Zephyr gives him some good berries and tells him to hurry home. They use the wine casks to barricade the doors to take a long rest. As they are moving around, Nim notices a crack in the wall in the shape of a door. And that is where we left off, my friends.
Dun, dun, dun. You all right there, bully?
Yep, I'm fine.
All right. So, let me note the volume's all right for everybody because Roll20 did do some changes. It's louder in my ears than I think what we're streaming. So, just want to check the background music. Okay, so there's a lot to catch up on Strahd, but basically after the wedding with the flesh golem to Strahd that undoubtedly was not successful, you guys decided to head down to the Order of the Silver Dragon. Some clues you got before, and you're kind of at least a day in, because I think you had a short rest last time. Question mark.
We barricaded ourselves in the back room with the dude.
The Dusk Elf.
The Dusk Elf.
And we took a long rest
I
here.
thought he left.
He left.
Oh, he left. Okay, so
Yeah,
we
he
barricaded ourselves in that room and took a long rest.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a long rest. All right. All right. Couple cleanup things I gotta do. Make sure everybody's health is coming in.
That's right. He left because he didn't want to stick around with all the stuff going on.
I don't have any character sheet up.
Nim's health is 64. That was one issue we were having with her. We got her back up to 64. That's proper health. 88 and 76 for death. Okay. All right. Everybody seems to be in order. So yes, after again the wedding and the whole Valaki with the whole rebel thing you take over, you guys are decided to take here. There was a nice recap that Cordy did in our Discord about where we're at in Strahd from a storyline point of view. So you have a couple things. You have some of the card readings that you still have left. I think it was one was, I think you already figured it out, was the mage that you had to find from your card readings, and there was a couple weapons and you had to find still. So I'll put you back in the world from your long rest, locked up in the old cellar, wine cellar here. It's not really a cellar, but wine closet. Barricade in after killing the Revenants. I'll put you back in the world.
2 months.
And it's dark and it's raining outside, storming, thunder and lightning.
It's raining Barovia. Well.
Okay, so this is the door we came in. That's the kitchen.
Yeah, and Nim noticed a crack
Oh, that's right.
It looked like a
Yeah.
door over here.
I want to mention too, real quick, just for metagaming purposes, since it's been so long. I think it was Nin that looked out the window on the kitchen side in the graveyard and saw a
No,
figure.
it was me.
Okay, it was you. Okay.
You saw a figure?
Well, I didn't see the figure, but I felt like somebody was watching me.
That's yeah. Okay. I might have gave too much away there. But anyway,
Well,
It's
Oh.
fine. I already forgot.
so
roll for intelligence.
we're still on the first floor of this building, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I guess we'll continue our search. We can start with the door that's in here.
You want to try that hidden door in the corner by Nim?
Yes. I will ready my glaive, but wait in the back.
Yep. I'll do the same with my my great axe.
I will ready with my 2 silver swords. Actually, you want to know what? My bow. I will stand back a skosh and have my bow out.
Actually, I'm gonna go battle axe and shield. So, go one-handed battle axe and shield.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
If you would be so pleased to attempt to find an opening to this door.
Does it appear to be sealed? Like, does it look like it's sealed? Like it's hard to see the edge, or does it look like it's been opened, or we can get it open? You want an investigation?
Investigation, please.
Yeah, I can live with that. 21. Why didn't that roll to? Oh, it did. Never mind.
It did.
Yep.
Yes, 21. You see. You can when Nim points out the crack, you actually look into it more deeply. You can see scrapes on the floor in front of you inside the wine cellar. That the door opens towards you. Scrapes from left to right. Though you see no way of no handle or no mechanism that will trigger it.
Can I try and work at it with a dagger and see if it'll move?
Yes. Sleight of hand.
$16.
Okay. You stick your dagger inside probably the cracks and try to pry it. What you notice is you're putting pressure and you're pushing. The door moves and opens.
Oh, like a push door.
Inside, there's a wooded paneled den. Looks like it's been ransacked. Its furnishings tossed about. A cold, dark hearth dominates the west wall between 2 narrow windows. Standing upright, the north wall is a sarcophagus made of black wood with a queen's effigy carved into its lid.
The queen, as in Strahd's mother.
One second.
Yep.
There is no name associated with the symbol, and I would assume by what it's telling me is probably just a queen's crown. So it looks royal, but no particular queen identified.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I didn't know if it was like a likeness of her carved in it. Not that Talk would have any idea what she looks like or who she is anyway, but...
Well,
What do you think? You want to go in?
is there a door? Another door in the room?
There appears to be a door that leads out to the front.
Yeah, there's a door you guys can see
Oh, that's
on
the front door.
Well,
leads
no,
up to-
that's the front door of the north wing. Not the big door, not the big main stairs that we went up to the main hall.
Right. Okay. Not the one by the dragon.
Right. No, this is the one to the left of that. If it's
Yeah,
a
it looks like
door,
it
maybe,
But
maybe a
is there-
big window. I can't see
Do
from
you
here.
see another door in?
Not from my position, no.
Yeah, you can see a door there that leads by your. You can tell by the layout.
Here.
It looks like to the foyer where the stairs were, the grand staircase.
If I go through the door, we can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can, as long as there's nothing in there ready to kill us.
It doesn't appear to be anything in there except for a eerie sarcophagus leaning up against the wall.
Well, we'll take a look at it, I guess.
Okay.
Head in and make an investigation on the
Okay.
on the sarcophagus. Yes. Take a look at it. I don't want to touch it or try to open it. Just sort of like look at the outside and see if it looks trapped or dangerous.
Okay, who's looking?
Me?
Roll investigation.
Want to give him advantage if I help?
Yes.
No. Would you want an advantage? I got a natural 20.
Oh, there you go. You don't need it. Perfect.
It doesn't appear to be locked. It doesn't appear to be trapped from any device that you're aware of. It has a latch on the right side, and it looks like it's been opened and probably closed a few times in its lifespan, giving some of the wear and tear around the latch hinge part. So you got two hinges on the left, and you got a latch on the right, kind of in the mid-center, and that's been opened and closed so many times you can see scratch marks and things like that.
And how large is this? It's like a human-sized sarcophagus. It's not like this enormous thing, right?
Correct. It's a human size.
Well, it looks safe to open. Would you like to? Would you like me to?
I don't know if I would say safe, but it definitely looks like it's been opened. And I'll raise my shield and my axe and say, "Go ahead if you really want to. Go ahead. I'm ready."
I still have my bow pointed that way.
All right, then I shall slowly open the sarcophagus, like an idiot.
All right. And just like every door in my campaigns. Inside! You undo the latch and you open it up. It's been rusted hinges. Makes a creaking sound. It echoes off the walls and everything around the mansion. And the only thing you see inside is looks like would be a wine cabinet. All you see now is shattered wine glasses and decanters and old wine bottles to be found on its shelves.
Figures. Makes sense. That's something that's creepy in Barovia. Well, I believe you are muted, Ed. Ed, you are muted.
That's another quote. Push the button, stupid. I think he,
Can you not
he's
hear
really
us?
is being. Yeah, he's
You
really
can't
is
hear
being.
either. Hello. You
It's like
can't-
somebody point to your ear. Yeah, just type in chat. Ed, we can't. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Sorry, my kid was talking in the back and I muted. I said I'll investigate without touching anything. I'll investigate the wine cabinet, right?
Okay.
To just see if there's anything suspicious. Or
Okay.
at least it's a plain old wine cabinet.
As you approach the wine cabinet, it looks like to be a plain old wine cabinet. But everybody,
All right. Well, that was a waste of a crit. Hey.
Roll initiative. Everybody needs to roll initiative.
It's a mimic.
Is your head in the cabinet when you investigated?
No.
No.
Not today.
No.
Oh,
I'm clearly
man.
standing 10 feet away from it.
Oh man.
Oh my lord. Thank God I rolled that crit earlier on the investigation that didn't tell me it was a goddamn mimic.
That's funny.
That's a good quote, Corgi. That's a good quote.
It wasn't my idea. It was Avalar's. But we
Don't
all have to
blame me.
remember that. Quote number 5.
Rolling for Nim
Okay, so
with a 15.
He touched.
I already rolled 15.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
One,
I thought we already
3,
investigated
4.
the sarcophagus and found out that it was just a wine cabinet.
Well, what he did was Tarnok. We looked at it. We saw that it had a latch. It looked like it had been opened or whatever. So Tarnok opened it, and nothing happened. Right. So I decided I wanted to investigate it just to make sure there wasn't anything suspicious about it. Like maybe there was something hidden about it. But I clearly said I didn't touch anything. I just investigated it. But
Right.
But
because I
we're
didn't want
rolling
Zephyr yelling at
initiative,
me.
And I don't see a bad guy in there yet.
All right. So as you guys are investigating the wine cabinet, Tarnok might have backed up just a little bit to give Tox some room and got really close to that hearth right there because what ended up happening, the fire erupts in the dead hearth and assumes a draconic form. It hisses and crackles and unfurls its smoky wings.
Oh, that's a hearth. I thought that was like a big window out front. There we go.
Boom. Hisses. Now it's a big dragon shaped as a fire. Zephyr, you got first initiative.
You're probably hearing a lot of loudness from in here now.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Kind of. Whoa. Hey. Whoa. A lot of that.
there's a lot of people in between me and it. So, I guess I will come up to here next to Nim, and I will hold my action.
Okay.
I guess until it attacks somebody, because then it'll maybe be more in my sight than. If I shot at it right now, it would literally be like everybody in the way.
Shoot for 3 people.
Yeah, it would probably, yeah. So I'll hold my action.
I can hear Zephyr from the background. What did you touch?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. What did you touch?
Nothing. I didn't touch a thing.
Literally nothing. I opened this door.
That's touching something.
But not the thing that's attacking us. Alright.
All right, Zephyr's holding action. Talk. It is your turn.
Okay, let's see.
As this still in the hearth, wings unfold with flaming fire and smoke as it hisses at you, spitting fire.
I guess I'm going to step back here and shoot it with my longbow.
Okay.
18 hit.
18 does not hit.
What? Excuse me?
So I will try it again. Oh, that's even worse. 13.
13 misses. Your air is engulfed by the flame.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I got. 2 attacks.
Okay.
Oh, bonus action? No, not yet. I was gonna say bonus action. I'll rage, but
Okay. Nim, it is your turn.
yeah, I can rage. Yep.
I can't see anything.
Oh, all right. Can I move her?
Roll 20's not coming up on my computer.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if I'm not getting internet or what's going on, but it keeps on freezing.
Yeah, it's probably internet where you're at.
So you're about 25 feet from the monster, in a straight line. No one's near it to give you sneak attack, but you could definitely use a ranged weapon like a bow or something like that.
Good bonus action hide first.
I
Would
don't
that
know if
work?
She has steady. Does she have steady aim? She
I-
can do steady aim and shoot.
I don't
I
know if
do
she
have
has steady.
aim.
You do? Okay. So yeah, so
that
you can...
will. They'll give you sneak then if
Yep.
you just can't move.
There you go.
Um,
That's good.
yeah, that would also give her advantage too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you. That's
Yeah.
how she gets sneak.
She,
gets
I also got her
advantage.
vision off. That's probably why she can't see. She had her vision off, so let me see if this fixes that too. It does that.
I mean, this screen is literally just keeps freezing. I'll hit a button and it's frozen. It won't budge.
All right. Well,
Well,
I made a change. See if you can reload it. Maybe that'll help because you had vision off, so that will explain why it was black.
Well, no, I'm not even getting black. I got the
Oh,
white
okay.
screen and no map, no nothing comes up.
Okay.
Anyway,
Can you send her a
So-
screenshot, Avalar, on Discord?
why don't you?
Possible.
I don't know
Yeah, I
how
probably
you're
can.
set up. Maybe you could like watch the stream even.
I can't touch
can watch the stream.
attach anything to short bow, right? When I go to shoot the arrow, it's either spell or that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
believe you have anything to attach to it. No.
No, but at least you'd have advantage in sneak attack if you use steady aim.
What creature is it? What is it?
It's a flaming, living flame in the shape of a dragon.
Yep.
I sent you
Alright.
an image on too.
All right. Well, I guess just use a short bow. And yeah, I do have what the heck is it called?
Steady
Yeah, steady aim. Yes.
So a shot with the short bow gives her advantage. That's with sneak attack.
Gives yourself advantage on your next attack roll of the current turn. You can use this bonus action if you haven't moved during this turn, and after you use the bonus action. So yeah.
Yep. You just won't be able to move this turn.
Well, it's a 13. I don't know what the
Get it-
bonus is.
You get advantage. You get a roll twice. Take the best one.
13 was the
Yeah.
best.
Okay.
13, 12. Oh my goodness. But that's no bonuses though. Oh, you did. It's already in there. Never mind. Okay. That's a miss.
Stinks.
Sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, his turn.
I can't wait for this.
moves and folds its wings outside the hearth as it stands up. Takes a deep breath.
It's a breath weapon.
And it,
Wrong character.
wrong campaign. As it speaks to you, my knights have fallen into darkness. Save them if you can. Show them the light they have lost. And with that, the fire explodes. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
Ed, you have +4.
I should
Even
say
though
that
I'm
again.
not in the room?
Yeah, I took that back. Ed and Tak. I should say that. Tarnok and Tak. Only you two.
All right, you
Because
still,
you're in the
room.
you still have +4.
+4 or a D4?
+4.
Okay.
All right, I have an 11.
I have a 10.
Both of you take 22 points of fire
Holy
damage as the hearth explodes out in the flame, catching all the furniture, the ottoman, everything's on fire. The room's on fire as the fire dies out in the hearth.
I'm resistant to fire, so I take 11.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
My soldiers have something then.
Okay. Find your knights and... What do you say?
My knights have fallen into darkness. Show them the light that they've lost.
Yes.
Well,
Well, we already
we're out of
killed,
combat anyway, right?
we already killed 3 of them.
only if that's... Only if that's them.
Roll, Corgi will be... I'll let history, actually.
Oh, well, I'm super good at that one.
Does anybody have light of any kind as
No.
part of their
Yeah, you don't know.
spells?
No.
Well, I mean, everything's on fire. It's very well lit.
Yeah, but I mean like a magical light of any kind.
I have dancing lights.
I mean, in the most literal sense, that's closer than anything I have. Like, I don't have, like, sunlight would be good. I have darkness. I have the opposite of such.
I also have fairy fire. But it's, I mean, I don't know what kind of light you're talking about.
like a
Like
disco
literal
light.
light or radiant light.
I don't know. I was just trying to think of, like, what light could you show these guys and have it be a thing.
Oh.
I'm in.
Yay! Well,
Sorry, don't work.
how many did he say? How many knights are there? 8?
He said my knights have
Right.
fallen into darkness.
Do
So
we-
I assume
do we
I
know?
assume the 3 we just fought were part of his knights.
Okay. Do we?
Attack. Roll history.
A 12.
Your assumptions you feel are correct. But they're not your normal enemies that you fought before. These are what are called Revenants.
Do we know what that means?
So, all right. So basically, a Revenant. Actually, I had a handout, but a Revenant is a spirit, if you will, an angry spirit, like a poltergeist. Though you might kill its corpse, it will search out to find another. So you might kill 3, and you got a little bit of hint of the graveyard in the back, but some of them are uncovered, and some are like somebody been dunked out.
Mm-hmm.
Their spirits will jump to another body. So though you might kill the body that the current spirit's in, they might jump to another. And they do that until, as he said, the light is... But it's more to the story of what drives a Revenant. Let me find a handout for you guys.
Well, okay. Well, did we see anything when we killed those last three that would signal the soul leaving and going to something else?
You wouldn't see,
We didn't see.
at least in this plane, you won't see.
All right. So then,
But your assumption is, and I'm giving a lot here because it's been so long, the graveyard is probably where the knights were buried.
right.
Yeah.
I did see 5 graves in the graveyard that, well, weren't so much like they, like excavated so much as it looks like somebody crawled out of them.
All right.
So if these revenants possessed the knights, or whatever the case may be, that's 3 out of 5. Are there 2 more? I guess there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did get like this eerie feeling looking out at the graveyard that somebody was watching.
I think there's another out there.
I mean, I don't know.
That door
Well,
was
someone
barricaded.
barred the door from the inside to keep whatever was out there in,
I wonder
or
if it
out
was
there
that-
out.
I wonder if it was that desk
Yeah.
or if it had been done earlier than that.
Oh, it could have been the Dusk Elf, yes.
Well,
Oh well. There's
I'm
only
dying.
one
Okay.
way to find out.
I mean, by the light, do they do they mean that we have to make it stop raining in Barovia? Because that seems like it'll be a problem.
Oh, I hope not.
Well, I can burn it. I can also hit it with like a holy damage.
The holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly that. Actually, I wasn't gonna use anything else. Um,
1, 2, 4, 3, sir. 3.
So, I guess if we had to, we possibly could. Give them some form of light. Trying to end these beasts, creatures. Do we want to start in the backyard, or do we want to finish looking inside the house?
Well, I suppose we could go upstairs and see what's upstairs. Clear the house first.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And let us try to keep the sound down, Tarnok.
Well, no more bats, and we'll be fine.
Which way do you want to head out?
Well,
you do got a north. You got a door to the north too. I should have mentioned too.
Oh,
There's
here.
a door here.
Oh, there's a door there too.
I
Good.
think we should go to that door then. That's the door we should go to.
Yes.
Going to that door.
I was like, what thing is going to explode in our face this time?
I shall open this door and let it explode. Hooray!
Every
How did that
room
work?
has been literal death for us. Spiders, revenants, flaming dragons. What else?
It's been good. It's been fine. That silver dragon out front was cool.
How did I word it earlier today? As the party goes through the ancient mansion of the Order of the Silver Dragon and all its mysteries and dangers.
Sure. Is this
All
door
right.
gonna kill me?
Roll for the meta
Roll
pigeon.
roll for initiative.
Roll investigation.
22.
All right, roll for initiative. No.
26. I can't roll 26.
All right, 22. The door does not seem to be locked. It's double swinged, opened, made of fine oak that has aged over many centuries. It does not seem to be locked or trapped from any device that you are aware of.
Push it open just a little bit and peer inside.
Okay. Just a little peek, but enough to see that you had tattered brown drapes covered the windows of this circular room. A heavy curtain hangs across the archway to the south. I guess that's where you're peering from. Strewn above the floor is the... Sorry, wrong description. Let me start again. Tattered velvet drapes cover the tall, slender windows that encircle the parlor. The furnishings are covered with dust and cobwebs and lie disarray. A damaged brass chandelier hangs from the ceiling, which is covered with faded mural that depicts metallic dragons and colorful birds flying beneath white clouds.
There's nothing in here.
And there is a door to the east, to the right.
The door to the right? Alright,
Yep.
There's a door in here. Careful, the furniture could be haunted.
Never know in this place.
You never do.
Fine, I'll go first. I'm just gonna step in far enough to check the next door.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep like looking around the room for anything that's just gonna blow up at me, I guess.
Okay. All right. As you're peeking over your shoulder, talk right behind you. You can hear him breathing down your neck as you investigate. Roll investigation. The door in front of you.
Okay. Didn't sound like it rolled very much.
10. Door seems like just like the other door. It's a single door made of oak, aged many years. Doesn't seem to be locked. But through your corner of your eye, you see a broom sitting in the corner behind the desk. Right
I
here.
think we should just close this room. Room in here.
I got my shield up.
What is the proper way to eat a fruit roll-up as an adult?
You gotta roll.
Take it completely out of the plastic, wad it up into a ball, and shove the whole thing in your mouth. That is the
Okay.
proper way to eat a fruit roll-up.
Okay, I thought so. I was just making sure.
That's a question for chat. How do you guys eat a roll up? Fruit roll up.
So, this one's got like those cool punch-out pizza bits. I could build a pizza. Anyway,
Are you gonna open this door?
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to chop up that room.
Okay. Tarnak opens the door. You see the corridor straight across to the other circular room, the servants' quarters that you saw before, and in the mist you see the iron gate. Shove the whole thing in. See, that's a consensus. Everybody has to ball it up and throw it in your mouth.
I don't eat them. I don't think I've had a roll-up in like 10 years.
Been
That's
quite a
how
while
you-
myself.
My wife bought them for my son, but my son doesn't want them. So, guess what? Get them.
You get them.
All right. Oh, wait, we've been here, but on the other side.
Yeah, from the servants' quarters it was.
All right.
Yep.
All right, let's just go back.
Okay.
We'll head upstairs.
Which path do you like to go? You want to go through the south door there?
Yeah,
wanna
we'll just
go
go
through
straight
this door?
through the south door into the foyer, which we
All right, then
another
I'll-
place we've already been.
Then I will check these doors.
Investigate, please.
I see nothing.
Todd can barely see the door from the age of the cobwebs, but it does see enough to be able to. He does know that there's some kind of entrance there.
Hey guys, I
But-
think this is a door.
Are you sure?
I don't know. It looks like a door.
Thanks, old man.
And then he reaches out to open the door, but grabs the wall instead of the knob.
He drops a handful of cobwebs.
This eye. All right. Let's head on through.
I will open it. Push, pull, whatever I have to do.
He pushes through the wall cobwebs and he does contact the door.
Whoa.
And he pulls it. Whoa, Pin
Hey,
Raid!
Pin Pin, woo!
Hey,
The mighty Pin How we doing?
Rad. It's rad, Pen Pen. It's a rad
big
raid.
rad.
It's a
You're
big
ready
rad.
too.
It's a rad
I hope everything went well, Pin. I hope you built your roads.
Yeah.
Welcome. Oh, I bet. One thing about streaming, your voice goes. That's why I drink a lot of water and let the party talk once in a while. But now we're deep into the Order of the Silver Dragons. They just fought a fire hearth that turned into a dragon on them. Gave them a little bit of clue, and that are clearing out the bottom floor. About to head upstairs as we continue our Curse of Strahd, the ultimate vampire. Ooh. You guys open the door, and you see the foyer of the grand staircase that's in front of you. I'll reread that to you since it's been a while. It's the dragon's foyer. As the room feels like a king's tomb. You guys can move in. You guys have been here already. Doo-doo. Just so y'all can see the grandeur of everything. So this room feels like the king's tomb. The grand staircase leads up to stone balconies ahead, aloft by stone pillars and arches. A tall, faded tapestry depicting a nobleman in a silver armor hangs from iron rod above the staircase landing. So that's putting you right about here. There's a little squiggly line showing there's a tapestry. 6 sets of double doors lead from this foyer. You came through a couple of them. You already know some of them. Along the walls, displays of marble pedestals are 3 outbursts of alabaster busts of handsome men. A 4th bust and its pedestals have been knocked over, and its shattered remains lie strewn across the mosaic floor. And 2 chandeliers, wrought iron hangs from the ceiling like monstrous black spiders. And as you enter this room, a great shadow with wings moves across the walls and disappears.
Again?
You
Again?
hear a soft bestial hiss in the darkness.
Is it like one of those motion sensor toys that you've
That's
forgotten to
really
shut up?
starting to give me the creeps.
The ears have walls. Corgi, you could not be more right.
Okay. Well,
Your path is upstairs, so the question is the left stairwell or the right stair? Or anything else you want to do?
we might as well head up.
With the party?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Guys go left, girls go right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh,
Don't
that's
split
funny.
the party. Do not split the party.
What do you
Okay.
think, Zephyr? Which way should we go?
Left or right?
Um,
Which way do you want
is
to
there
go?
like a balcony above us? I'm assuming.
There's these steps lead up. Oh, you mean around the
Yeah, because
second
there's like
floor?
there's like a dotted line there. Is there
Yeah,
something
that's a good
like
question.
above that?
Is there a raised balcony on the second floor, Avalar?
Yes, there
Yeah,
is.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I see anything like notable from down here?
Like doors.
Nothing notable from your perspective.
Can't see if
And-
there's doors. up
And
there.
what is this right here? Is that a tapestry?
Tapestry.
Tapestry, yes. That's the. I got it. That's a
Silver
different
man.
location. Yeah, the man in the
Um,
silver armor. A handsome man at that. In his silver armor.
iMac.
I guess
Oh, a noble man, I should say.
Go on,
I guess there's probably nothing on the right since that was all collapsed outside.
Oh,
So,
You know what?
So probably left.
that's a good point. Okay, let's do left.
I forgot about that.
That's a good
Going
point.
left?
Yeah, there's no building down there.
Going left. Copy that. All right, I'm
All 2 stories.
yeah. Scroll up.
I'm gonna.
Bully. Second part of the map.
Here.
Okay. Now, as you're climbing, now I'll read you what you see in the balcony. 2 stone balconies flank the main foyer. Balusters carved to resemble knights in shining armor support their ugly carved stone railings. Weapons and shields festoon the walls along each of these walkways, while alabaster busts of handsome men flank hallways that lead north and south away from the foyer. At the west end of each balcony is an archway that leads to a spiral staircase that goes up. So some of the statues of handsome men I'm talking about is like these little guys right here.
Oh. Okay. Those aren't suits of armor.
No, they're made out of stone.
I'll jokingly be like, "Hey, talk! Watch out! They might animate and beat you
Ha
up."
ha 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 ha.
And just the bust too. It's just the head.
Bite you to death. Um, Well,
And the balcony is about 20 feet above the foyer. That's why your perspective, you probably couldn't see it.
okay. Well, we'll head this direction, right? We chose this way.
Yes.
As you move along, up the stairs and down the balcony, of course, you got the path that leads to your east,
Right.
right here.
If I look that direction, what do I see?
A red velvet curtain hangs in front of an alcove in the northeast corner of the hall. You
Right.
get a creepy feeling too, Tarnak, as you get closer to the bus. The eyes seem to follow you.
Yeah, that happened downstairs too, didn't it?
That's
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
thought
That was a while. That was
Yeah, I know. I thought it happened downstairs. I remember you saying that. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe that happened somewhere else.
no. You're
Um,
right. You're right.
Okay. Well, which way? Out over the kitchen, or to the northern?
Yeah,
room?
I say try to the right.
All right. this way.
Okay.
Down this hall.
You guys, is that for you following? Nim, you're gonna follow?
Yeah.
This whole time, I have an arrow notched.
Okay.
Or knocked. Notched.
Tarnak,
Sorry.
from your
Too much Minecraft.
I'm going stealth.
roll stealth.
all
22. Very nice.
all
Okay. So from your perspective, you see, I'll see the red velvet curtain that hangs in front of you. You also see two doors leading to the east. One here. One here. You also see a door immediately to your right. You're starting to get a glimpse down in the corner down here, and I know it's just a little bit out of your dynamic lighting. Actually, I might push you forward a little bit. There you go. Because technically you can see it from that perspective.
Okay.
There's another red velvet curtain. I'm sorry, that one's black. Sorry, black cloth covers a top. No, I'm sorry. Too many things to read here. It's a red velvet curtain hangs in front of an alcove to the southeast corner of the hallway. It ripples ever so slightly, so it's moving.
Is it possible that that's the wind from the outside?
I mean, there's only one way to find out. Open it up.
That's it. It's possible it could be anything.
It could be.
Perhaps it's just a cat, Tarnak.
If it's a rabbit, I'm going to be upset. All right. Well,
He can leap. Look at the bones.
I'm going to look at the first tapestry first.
Okay.
Gonna kind of pull it to the side, look into that room.
Okay. All right, you slide the curtain open. It's on rails, like a shower curtain. Bad example, but yeah, you slide it open. It is empty.
Ready? No, it's just like an alcove with a window in it. Okay. Bay window.
Yes, you do see two windows.
If I look out this window here,
Okay.
what does this part of the building look like?
It juts out like an addition. It looks like how can I
It's like
explain
on
this?
top. It's on top of the kitchen here?
It's above the chapel.
Yeah.
It's above the
okay.
chapel. It has the two circular towers, like where you saw the stairwell at.
Right.
You would figure it'd be mimic on the south side of it too. And your perspective, you're looking down into the graveyard, so you're also catching a glimpse of the, I guess it's called a mausoleum.
Yeah. Okay. Do I see anybody in the yard?
No, but you do get sense of somebody watching you.
Okay.
I should read, since you can't get a good shot of the mausoleum from there, that it is yeah, okay. So tarnished silver-plated gargoyles shaped like dragging whirlwinds cling to the stone tile roof of this mausoleum. An 8-foot tall, 4-foot wide, white marble door set into the southwest wall is engraved with the name of Argenvost. I'll copy and paste that.
Oh, that's the dragon's name. Because it was out front, above the door, right?
Yeah, that was the name above the door.
Argy and Charlie. Got it.
I'll put it in chat too, so folks can see that.
It's Charlie's
Argenvost.
cousin.
They can see it on the screen.
Oh, okay.
That's
Maybe.
Arnie. Yeah, his name's Arnie.
It's
Arnie,
Arnie,
I like
Charlie's
that.
cousin.
Argon Bob. Okay. Let's
I like that cup. Okay, sorry. My attention got taken.
Did you open that door?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just listening to it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Perception.
Eight.
You can't make any sound out. Too much background noise going on.
I guess I'll ask Tarnock what he sees over there.
The
And
chapel.
when he tells me nothing, I'll ask him if he wants me to open this door.
Yes.
All right, so I
I'll
will
turn and
check the
face
door.
you. I'll turn and face you.
Okay. Are you stepping out of the enclave, Tarnock?
Yeah.
The alcove?
Alcove.
Calcos. Yeah. Sorry.
The
The
enclave.
enclave. The emerald.
Enclave, Constitution, Constant. That's why I think the Constitution. I said Constitution one time. That's what I thought you were talking
He did say it one time, but yeah, Ed and I have a history of that one
It's
prior.
a Saturday night thing.
Yeah.
about. So as you step out to face Tarnock as he's investigating the door, the curtain shut on its own.
Oh.
As Tarnock investigates the door, Tarnock, it doesn't seem like it's locked or traps that you're aware of.
Okay.
But you hear the curtain close by itself. But from your perspective, you think Tarnock closed it.
Well,
Zephyr and Nim saw it close on itself on its own.
I
have a
turn back around and look at it again.
And I will.
And then look at Zephyr.
I'll open the door slowly.
Okay. You open the door. Okay. So what you see is rainwater seeping through cracks in the ceiling as it's pouring outside. In the ceiling, it flows into the pool on the sagging wooden floor. The pool fills about half of the room, and bare stone shelves line the wall.
You slept on
The floor looks to be soft and spongy.
No. Doesn't look like it's safe to go in there. The floor looks pretty weather beaten.
Close up then. Well,
I'll close it and keep moving.
Okay.
I'm gonna head down to this tapestry at the end of the hall.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at this curtain for a minute. Oops, sorry. I
Okay.
didn't mean to move you.
Oh yeah.
You're still moving me. Stop it.
Sorry.
I
Sorry,
want to
I'll
move me.
actually-
Get out
I'll
of my
come back.
way.
I'll come back and go. Yeah, this thing just closed on its own, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna poke it with my sword a little bit.
Okay. As you poke it with your sword, the curtain moves with your sword. And back and forth.
That one down there was moving on its own as well. I was about to go check that one out, but it's not. It didn't close like this one did.
And while that's going on, I'll listen to this door behind me.
What are you eating now, Bully?
11.
Fritos.
I have peanuts.
Is it loud?
I just hear the bag crumbling when you reach it.
I'll try to be.
Talk, as you listen to the door, you hear nothing. Looks quiet as a mouse. Besides the raining and Tarnock eating behind you.
Yep. All right,
I
so
might walk
I'll,
around a haunted house eating a bag of Fritos.
yeah. It's like Scary Movie 6.
Yeah.
Go
check out that door over there.
I'll relay that information to the group.
Okay.
I guess I'll put my sword back up and I'll draw my bow again. Like, I got
Okay.
your back.
I've got the glaive out. Put away the Fritos.
Okay. What are you planning? What are we planning to do in here?
Open the door, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
The one that
You want to
um,
open the door, or did you want to go down and check the other alcove first?
Oh, I can do that.
I got your back, whatever you want to do.
I'll go down and check the alcove first.
Yeah, he was headed towards that alcove. That's the only reason why I said that.
Okay. I'll go down to the alcove and look behind the alcove. Or tapestry. I guess I don't know if it's an alcove.
Okay. You're gonna check it out. So what do you want to do?
I just want to move the tapestry out of the way. See
Okay.
what's behind it.
Okay. As you slide the tapestry back, you see on top of a marble pedestal, a black cloth covering something.
Is it round on top or is it like square?
It looks round.
Guys,
Do we hear a baby crying?
there's a baby crying. I'm going home.
Nope. All you hear is the rain.
Just say Walter, it'll be okay.
I should notice too that there is a broken glass plane through which a slight breeze is passing through.
Okay.
Let's say this side.
Alright.
But the marble with the cloth is sitting right there in front of you.
I'm just gonna listen to Zephyr this time and not touch it. Can you come here, please?
Who, me?
Anybody else?
Guess I'll come up. What?
Thing.
Alright, I need to go ahead.
There's a thing under the cloth.
Well, I
wonder
mean,
what
it's
it
not
is.
hurting us covered. Everything else here seems to be killing us. I mean, for all you know, it could be like
that's a good
it
point.
could be a ball of bats.
I should hit it with a frying pan, you say?
Absolutely not.
All right. Well,
Could be the key to a fortune.
If only we had a gang to do it too. Let's see. You're right. But it could also be something very useful that we could use.
I mean, if you want to touch it, I'm gonna go stand a little farther away.
It is covered. It's strange, right? Is it dusty?
Yeah, has some layer of dust on it. Yeah. As you're studying this cloth,
Mm-hmm.
you get a sense of the cloth is pulsating out and in, like something underneath of it's breathing.
Oh, then never the fuck mind. It looks like it's breathing. It has dust on it, and it's breathing.
Maybe one of the revenants went into like some creature that's underneath it. And it's just waiting there.
Maybe it's the head of the household.
I see what you did there.
I love the puns.
Might be able to ask you some questions.
I mean, like I said, if you want to do that, I will be a little farther away. So I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to have my bow pointed directly at that thing.
Well, what do you think? Touch it. Leave it alone.
I don't know. It's probably just a bust that they covered. I don't know what value it could be to us, but
I mean, I could just shoot it.
Can I do an insight on it?
could do that.
Can't do it inside. You can investigate.
A door right behind
So
Zephyr
I
too.
wanna-
I
I want to
It-
investigate
yeah.
it then.
I say hello before you touch it.
You say hello.
I say hello.
And then I did an investigation roll. I want to investigate it, but I'm looking up what to investigate.
Yeah, it reminds me of a meme. What do you want to investigate? What do I see? What do you want to investigate?
What are you looking for? What do I see? What are you looking for?
Well, Tarnok, you say hello, and you hear nothing in return.
All right. Do what you will.
I'm curious about whether or not I can deduce arcane, like
Whether
I
it's
don't
like
know.
magical.
yeah, because like it says what I can recall about the magic items, eldritch symbols, magical traditions, planes of existence, and the inhabitants of those planes. So I'm wondering if the dragon that we're seeing here is coming from a different plane, and we can't. We're getting glimpses of it, and we see the eyes of the bus moving about, following our where we're going. So I'm just kind of wondering if that is all somewhat connected.
Possible.
Maybe.
Investigation won't tell you anything magical. That'd be like a detect magic spell.
No, I have Arcana, and it's a
That's
it's under Arcana. I'm reading right from the book, and I have a proficiency in it.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not a detect magic spell.
No, it's a recall lure.
Well, she's
memory.
not she's not
not-
looking for a spell.
Yeah.
She's
She's
looking to
she's
see if she would know anything about like what's going on, whether
Like
what's
in my
going
memory.
on, if it is magical,
Yeah,
Right.
not what kind of magic it is.
or
if
if the
they've seen-
dragons are actually of a different plane. Like if there's anything that she would know about that.
my
She's
past
not actually trying to see like if something is trapped by magic or whatever.
Right.
No, it
Okay.
says check measures. Their Arcana check measures your ability to recall the lore. In other words, recall anything from being educated.
Yeah,
like learned in the past.
it's usually used when you see magical symbols or you're trying to like decipher a scroll or some kind of tome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
It could
that's
it
my
could
point.
it could
Also
apply
says-
here.
It also says planes of existence or inhabitants of those planes.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking about the dragon, since it kind of seems like he shifts in and out for where we can see him
yeah.
and not see
That's
him.
fair. That's
So
fair.
you're talking more for the dragon or for this thing under the cloth?
Well, I'm thinking that the busts and the dragon are somehow all connected magically.
Okay.
So I'm thinking there's something else going on that we can't seem to detect, and that may be something that may help.
That's a
Okay.
pretty broad stroke for an arcane check. So what you roll? You rolled something.
Well, you told me to do an investigation check, and I did that.
You did
But that was just
investigation check,
investigation.
So roll the Arcana.
No, Arcana
she
is
rolled
14.
all right. Yeah, she rolled a 17 on investigation, so I'll honor that as the arcana check. So that's a pretty broad stroke from a pretty broad question. So
Can you narrow
dragon-
down more
Well, see, I wanna know-
specifically
I
what
wanna
you
know-
want?
I want to know if it has to do what we're seeing has to do with a different plane of existence.
So give any evidence in front of you with the dragon, the shadows of the dragons, the, if you will, the haunting of a dragon, plus the remnants, plus the fire that told you about this 5 nights. You would assume that these are on different planes of existence. They're incorporeal, they call it. They're ghosts, essentially. They're spirits. Revenant being the spirit within itself that possesses corpse that goes out, and usually Zephyr will notice from her background, they're pretty vengeful spirits until that anger is dissipated for them to rest. That's kind of what you're dealing with.
So the answer is no.
What was the sum of that was the question. What was the sum of the answer you're looking for, or the subject of the question you're asking? So in other words, you want to know if it's tied in with Strahd?
No. Well, from what you just explained to me, what goes through my head is my head is the attacks or the ill will that was done to them. The reason why they're vengeful is they want to get revenge on those that killed them and attack them and whatnot.
Do we know why these guys are revenants yet?
They
Why they were
lost the
darkness?
light.
They lost the light. Okay. They were consumed by darkness.
They're consumed by darkness. They are basically vengeful spirits that can't rest.
So how would we bring them back to rest? That would be a question.
That's
how do we get
the
them to light back?
question. We need to find whatever is
Right.
agitating them.
Yeah, we need to find the
Appease them.
Right.
target of their vengeance.
Okay, so I
that's-
want to talk. I want to see if this bus will talk.
Okay.
I want
So
to see whatever it is
Now-
that's underneath that
I wanna-
thing and
I wanna-
see.
I want to emphasize for a new player in NIM, that was a great question on a great check to ask. The problem right now is you don't have enough evidence to connect your final answer you're looking for. But you're on the right path. I'll say that.
Okay.
So you want to do something with this bus.
I want to peek at it from behind.
Well, it's up against the wall. You can't get behind it.
Okay. Is there anything? There's a fabric over the top of it, right? The black fabric.
Correct.
Okay. So, is there anything that's revealing besides the fabric?
Nope, not from underneath of it. All you see is, as Tarnock saw, it looks like it's breathing.
Nothing on the stands, holding it up, and nothing like that around the walls.
So, okay, so it is on a pedestal.
Anything on the pedestal that I can investigate for any symbols or anything like that?
No, it looks like the regular pedestals that are just kind of, eloquently carved, almost like roaming columns, if you will, but nothing standing out like a symbol or anything like that. It's white, made out of white marble.
Does anybody know anything about white marble?
No dwarfs here.
White.
It's a good
I
stone.
tried.
Soft the mine. Okay.
Well, none
what to do?
none of the other busts hurt us. So, I don't know if it is a bust, but it's breathing. I'm guessing that the other bust would be breathing too if you put the fabric on top of it. So,
Well, part of your investigation, I'll click in your head too, is why is this one covered and the other ones weren't?
Right.
Right, and that's.
I moved out of the way so it can't see me.
I think it's because this guy was just really ugly, so they covered him.
Yeah, all the rest of them were beautiful, weren't they?
Oh, maybe this guy's got like a broken nose.
Yeah, this guy might have some really weird deformity or something. You know, maybe he's a tiefling.
Maybe.
Hey. Now I really wish I had
That's not funny.
All right, well, what are we going to do? Because if you guys don't do anything, I'm going to say we walk away from this and stop debating it.
I think we should walk away.
So, I don't want to pull it.
Pooper, get off the pot.
I'm down for walking away.
We have 2 more doors here.
Okay, well, you guys stay out.
You guys
of the
can
fabric.
open them.
I want to take a peek.
I think they go to the cathedral, and I really don't want to have to go with it. If I don't want.
There's another one. There's another one opposite the alcove.
So Nim, you say you want to pull on the black off?
Yeah, but am I able to do it while stealth?
Sure.
Sure, you can sneak in.
Well, I don't want to be in the way if she's over there peeking under.
So
the
go ahead.
thing.
She's going for it. So put your characters where you want to have them at.
I'm right where I'm at. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Nim.
All of us
As you-
up against the wall.
As you pull on the cloth to pull it down over its head, you see it's not stone; it's actually flesh.
Ooh.
And as the cloth falls down, it is the severed head, freshly cut, of Balfour. And with that, I'm gonna take a 5-minute rest because I gotta use the restroom.
No!
Can't just leave Zephyr hanging like that, man.
Well, now aren't you glad I did pull it?
Can't just leave Zephyr hanging like that.
Shit.
I'm getting a cup of coffee.
I'm gonna go see if I have any coffee left. Put some whiskey in it. Holy smokes!
Oh my
Not really,
gosh. Oh no. That's crazy. Oh man. Am I the only one here? I'm the only one here. I have to be entertaining. Hi. DM is in pinch. Make a restroom break. So now every time the DM calls break, I'm all sus.
I was trying to remember the
Sing a song?
where we're at and everything, and
If I
That's
sing
why
a
I was
song,
asking those
Corgi will
questions.
get upset. She'll call DCA and DMCA. Well, that's interesting.
to say the least.
Severed head of Balfour. Motherfucker.
Oh my goodness! Now I am glad I pulled it. Holy cow! Wow.
Nail cut pull the cut. I'm gonna watch this bit.
As you pull on the cloth to pull it down.
Now I
over
want to
its
go back in
head,
there and go, hello,
you see
Balfour.
it's not stone; it's actually flesh.
Ooh.
And as the cloth falls down, it is the
Well, the
severed
severed
head,
head of Balfour.
freshly cut, of Balfour. And with that, I'm gonna take a 5-minute rest I got
That's
As you
crazy.
pull on the cloth to pull it down over its head, you see it's not stone; it's actually flesh.
Ooh.
And as a
Nuts.
as
Nuts. Hello, Nell. That's a good clip. That clip will be up on... I'm gonna download it. It's going up on the YouTubes. It'll be up. That's good stuff. Holy moly. Huh. There's a clip, Ed. Oh, you can't hear me yet. There's a clip, Ed. That you can't... You're muted.
There's a clip, you say?
Yeah. No, clipped it. Oh my goodness. D&D this week has been kind of crazy, yo. Games this week are pretty nuts. IMAX Tale was the slow week. What was that about? Yeah, pretty nuts. So it was covered because it was ugly.
Well,
Well, it's not a tiefling.
he said, "Looked like it was still breathing. Shove a good berry in its mouth."
Oh, there you go. Ah, cute. He doesn't have a body though, man. Why is he dead? Like a threat from Strahd.
What's up, Nil?
Strahd took it.
Hi, Neil.
Oh my goodness.
You're over here reeling still, huh?
I got a cookie. That's how I made up for it. I got myself a cookie.
Oh, I just got me a nice cappuccino.
That's so rude. I want a cookie now so bad.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about it. No, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
And they all were going to walk away.
Yeah, we were gonna leave it. I was real close to leaving it.
Stafford doesn't have Revivify.
Well, I mean, he
Doesn't have a
said
body.
the cloth was moving like it was still breathing. Shove a good berry in his mouth. See if that helps.
Maybe.
It does. It's
Shove a good berry. Crunch, 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 crunch. Work his jaw a little bit.
He might take over. He's breathing.
sorry for that little 5-minute break there. A little more, I think.
No, you're not.
I was,
Yeah, that was totally unplanned, Avalar.
You're not sorry.
You are
What are you
not
talking about?
sorry.
What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness.
We had fun. All right.
Yeah,
Is everybody
I
back?
I was entertaining.
Oh, did you sing a song?
They asked me to. How's that for an answer?
That works. It works.
They asked me. I said I couldn't sing because Corgi would yell at me for DMCA.
As your voice is like angelic.
Angelic, indeed.
My
All
dice
right.
are working tonight, bully.
For those
Your-
of
your
you in
dice
our
are working?
audience,
Yeah,
Who-
on D&D
yeah.
Beyond, yeah.
mine are working again too, thankfully. But yeah, for those of you in the audience who are unaware of what is going on, Balfir is was the character that Nilmerg was playing until life unfortunately pulled him away. But Balfir's character is the man who raised my character and saved her from being killed as a child.
Yeah, the last
So-
time we saw him, Strahd abducted him in his carriage and took him away, and Zephyr screamed, "Father!"
Yeah. So this is a little upsetting for Zephyr.
We'll bring a picture of Belfier so everyone can get it just to what his head looks like sitting on top of the pedestal that's now in front of you, freshly severed.
Balfir? I'm gonna say to Balfir with a question mark.
His eyes are wide open, mouth wide open. No answer. See, it should pop up for you guys. That's what Balfir looks like.
Is it? You're a fear
If I hear her say
is that fear
Balfir,
Yeah.
if I hear her say Balfir, I'm gonna come running over like, what?
And Zephyr sees the head of her beloved father figure, freshly severed, laying on a pedestal.
She's gonna run up to it and like reach out to it and go, oh my gosh,
Oh my gosh.
father!
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness.
Oh good grief, Jolly!
Heavens!
It's the Betsy's.
Oh no.
Well, he's not saying it.
So now, okay, so timeline question, right? From the time that Balfir was grabbed until now. I mean, I realize it's like a 3-year long campaign, but from that time to now, it's really only a couple weeks, right?
Yep, couple weeks. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That was session 11.
Yeah, it's probably only been a couple weeks. Maybe a couple weeks. Probably just a 10-day, actually.
Okay, that's fair.
It's only 20 episodes, by the way.
Okay, you're leaving me hanging, Avalar.
What do you guys want to do?
I am literally holding the severed head of my father in my hands.
You picked it up?
Yeah.
No. Okay. It feels heavy. Feels extremely heavy. Heavier than it looks.
Oh, something's going on.
He's just a smart guy.
Okay. I'm still upset, so let's see if I notice. You want perception, I guess? Because I wouldn't be actively looking.
Perception.
Nope, she doesn't notice. 11.
But she knows the weight.
Well, I mean, I noticed that it seems heavier.
Yeah, that's about all you got.
Probably still too upset to care.
Now, once I got
Claire.
out of my state of shock, nope, that sucked. Never mind. I'm still in shock.
Okay, you guys are hear me going, Father? No, father!
So I guess I'll come around the corner. I guess looking at the head, there's fresh. Does anything look odd about it, I guess?
Other than it's Balfir's head.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
No, nothing out of the ordinary here. Just another day in Barovia.
I mean, yes. I understand this such. Yes. Just want to see. Does it look like...
If you tried to take it from my hands, I probably wouldn't give much resistance.
Probably. I'm not trying to take
Say-
it from your hands.
So you're trying to do a visual?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, you're looking a little more deeper. Go ahead and do an investigate.
Reminder. 16.
It, from a visual standpoint, it looks like a freshly severed Belfort head.
Okay. Awesome. This is great. Oh boy. Alright, that's not quite what I expected. What? That's...
I'm speechless.
Yep. Okay. So if Strahd had him last.
I didn't see Strahd. I didn't hear Strahd.
What, here? Today?
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously fresh. He would have had to have just been here.
Well, you did say you felt as though you were being watched.
So did I, though. We always feel like we're being watched here.
Is the head still like breathing?
Nope.
Are we sure it's Balfir? I mean, I remember him being taller.
Now's not the time for jokes talk. I guess I'll set the head back down.
On the pedestal?
Yeah.
Sleight of hand, please.
What? You're gonna make me drop it and roll around the floor, aren't you?
Oh, it's gonna be like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. Sleight of hand. Where is it? There it is. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Very nice. But still, as you set the head down, you're in shock. And a little bit of wind snagging up on the black cloth. As you let go, the head rolls off the pedestal onto the floor and shatters. What you see in front of you now is a marble stone put together. It's not Balfir. It's a middle-aged human with a neatly trimmed mustache. It looks like the head of the nobleman with the silver armor on the tapestry down below in the stairway.
What?
Like, you'll see relief wash over her face, and then she will just get angry.
Well, we better lead her to a revenant. Let's go.
She's an actual person?
It's
No,
no,
it's
it's
a
a
bust.
marble bust of the the person in the tapestry at the top of the stairs, the guy wearing the shiny armor with the trimmed mustache.
Okay. Okay. Well, that kind of.
The Balfier's head thing was an illusion of some kind.
Oh, I see that.
Oh man, I probably could have. Maybe could have tried. I don't have any stuff. Never mind.
Oh.
Oh, I say the sooner we get out of this place, the better.
I agree.
Well, let's pick it back up. Try and put it back on. Or are we gonna leave it there?
It's shattered on the floor.
It's shattered. Yeah.
Oh. Investigate the pieces.
Go ahead. Roll investigation.
Is there anything abnormal? 28.
It looks like a marble statue. It's not completely shattered. Maybe a nose broke off on it or something like that. But it has broken.
Just making sure there wasn't anything hidden.
But
Is
hence
it
the
eyes
weight.
still moving?
Nah, it's just a straight white marble carved
So
silhouette.
why would the eyes on this one not move? The other one moving.
All I said was it feels like their eyes are moving watching you.
Oh,
Yeah, in this one, we don't know if its eyes were moving or not. It was covered with a black
right.
sheet, and some illusionary spell of Balfier.
Well,
Oh, or he was watching us.
that's crazy.
The idea is that the ears have walls.
Yes.
You're constantly
Hate
being
you.
watched.
Oh boy.
Well-
All right, let's move on.
Okay, we have the door across the hall or the one right behind me.
I'm gonna go to the door across the hall because
take
I
the
don't
black
want to go
fabric
to the
with us.
one that goes into the thing.
Well, let's take black fabric with me.
You want to take it?
We're now
Yep,
the
take
owner
one.
of a piece of black fabric. Do.
Okay. You got
Well,
the
there's a reason why.
you
In
got
case
the
I
black
need to
fabric.
cover anything.
All right. I didn't catch a tar knock. You said you wanted to look, investigate first.
Yeah, we'll check out this door first. Or
All right, go ahead.
Perception.
Roll
or
investigation.
investigate?
Investigation. If you're going to check it or if you don't want to listen, it depends how you. I didn't quite hear you.
All right. Yeah, I'll check the door. Investigation.
Okay.
16 again.
It doesn't appear to be locked, and doesn't appear to be trapped with any mechanism that you're aware of.
Good to me. Click and open.
Okay. As you open the door, the room contains an iron tub. It has wood paneling on the walls that rise to the height of 3 feet. And above the paneling, the walls are painted with continuous faded mural of a mountainscape.
Mm.
I think you might know these mountains. Get 1 second.
Are they Barovian mountains? Are they mountains of the 9 hells?
Is it the Sword Mountains? It's Ice Spire.
It's funny enough, it doesn't give me a reference, but I'll give it to you. I think that's one's lost to me with this reference in here. So, you guys know it depicts the Belloc Mountains. I'm not sure if that's the Barovian Mountains because their Bartuk is the main mount on the north, and Galek is the one on the south. So I'm not sure where Belloc is.
All right.
Top of my head right now.
Mountains. Got it. Mountains of Barovia.
Since you
Well-
had the map for Barovia, anyways.
You stink. Your turn. Yes. I guess we can close this door. We don't need to go to the bathroom. Close it. Probably.
I guess I'll check this door out.
Sure.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you, bless you, bless you.
I believe that goes to the.
How you went?
Sometimes you don't see the
the-
door. Sometimes you can see through the door. You know.
Yeah.
The door doesn't seem to be locked, and it doesn't seem to be trapped with any mechanism that you are aware of.
Okay. You guys ready to go in?
Sure.
All right. I opens the door.
You open the door. Creak. Okay. You look inside. This wooden balcony overhangs the Manson's chapel. This was the overhang when you're down below on the ground floor that we read probably a month back, 2 months back, whatever. An exquisitely carved wooden throne rests at the west end, just outside your character's vision at the moment because of dynamic lighting. But enough for you to see.
I'll step in.
Okay. The carved wooden throne rests on the west end between 2 doors, the one you just entered and the one on the other side. A narrow archway leads to a spiral staircase going up and down on the north and the south side. Hanging from the high ceiling is the iron chandelier with candle holders shaped like tiny silver dragons.
I was like, Nim immediately walks over and places them in her bag.
If I can reach.
Well, are we gonna go downstairs again, or do you want to check the wings?
Well, there's stairs on both sides.
Well, that's right. We have passages to the north and the south, right?
Yes.
We should
Well, we
probably
saw
check
those-
them out.
We saw those stairs when we were downstairs.
No,
Right.
back in the main hall. There's hallways that go north and south.
Oh.
Yeah. Where we are. You go south.
Yeah.
Looking
So-
out
The
the windows.
broken room, or over the broken room, maybe.
That's just the cemetery out there, right, Nim?
Yes.
I see a building with dragons on top of it on one side.
Yep. That's the mausoleum. That's the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should check out the other hallways and then probably head out there.
I don't know what I see on the other side.
I guess I'm going to peek down this hallway just to see if I see light at the other end, like leading outside.
Yeah, so that whole floor collapsed. You do see a door that's propped open on the left side of the corridor, right around here. And the whole rest of the way has been collapsed and put away. So you do see outside from this point. I don't know if you noticed the room you fought the spiders in. You also do see a door right here.
And when we were fighting when we were fighting the spiders, did we see a collapsed like rooms of a second floor from outside?
That was so long ago. Let me check real quick.
No, I don't think it was mentioned, but I know the room was full of rubble.
Yeah, it's totally collapsed from the sky. So
Okay.
rooftop
we
and all.
can assume that these are crumbled
Yeah.
rooms.
So it's
I
a
guess-
3-story mansion that you got from the perspective outside and the roof. So that's all collapsed from that side of the house. But there is that door propped open slightly to your left.
I'm going to like carefully walk forward, testing the floor as I go,
Okay.
making sure it's not going to give out,
Okay.
and
You seem-
like peek in and see what I see.
It feels stable. It's supported by the rest of the foundation. And as you look in, the south end of this room has collapsed, exposing the chamber to the elements. A few furnishing lies broken under fallen debris from the level above. And the floor creaks underfoot. Though it feels safe to walk.
Is there any like furnishings or anything substantial like that in the room, or just rubble?
Just rubble. There is a few furnishings, but it's all broken, like old beds, maybe an old dresser. It's all shattered, wooden pieces to the sides.
Okay, then I'll make my way back to the hallway.
Okay.
Nothing that way.
Yeah, just rubble.
Okay. Oh, there's also stairs at the end of the hall.
Yeah, they go down into the towers. The one out by where we fought the fire dragon.
They do?
Yeah, wasn't that? Oh no, these go up.
Yeah.
These go up to the third floor. Yeah,
Correct.
the ones in the chapel go up and down, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, do you want to go up, or do you want to finish exploring over here?
Well, we should probably finish exploring. Head up.
You want to check this? You want to check these double doors here, or you want to just
Oh,
assume
geez.
that room is collapsed?
I mean, it's probably safe to assume that it is collapsed, but we
Okay.
can check it if you want to.
What, bully?
Huh? No, that's fine. I totally forgot that I didn't even see them there.
Oh.
So yeah, sure.
So what'd you say, Zephyr? You want to just leave them?
I'm
I
on the
mean,
other side.
it's safe to assume that it's rubble, but if you really want to, we can.
Oh no, it was just a question. I mean, I'm fine moving over to this side.
Well, I guess we could start with those double doors on this side.
Yeah, that's true.
You look down the hallway. It does split at the very end from your perspective, I think. A left and a right. There's also a door propped open slightly to your right.
Why don't they leave all the doors almost open?
Or
This-
to walk
I should-
definitely to the propped door.
I should note that the ceiling in this hallway is 20 feet high.
Ooh.
Ready to cast Fly Kid Drop.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to these doors.
This whole place seems like it was hastily abandoned. I think that's why doors seem to be
Yeah.
askew.
Oh, crit.
That's like the second time
Very
you've
nice.
done that.
Yeah, investigation and
row.
perception.
In the row.
The door. Which were you doing? Investigation and perception. So you listen to the door. You hear nothing. Good.
I rolled perception. The investigation was for the last one.
Oh, okay. You listen and you hear nothing but the rain outside beating on the roof.
Okay, I'll relay that to the group.
The
That all I can
natural
hear is the rain.
Alright, then I might want to head inside, I guess.
Head into the room.
Check the interior. Sure.
Okay. I'll push the door slowly open.
Okay. As you push it open, inside, the contents of these rooms are draped in cobwebs. Between curtain windows stand a black marble hearth with a sculpted mantelpiece, above which hangs a framed portrait. A well-dressed man with a wry smile and a thick mane of tristled down hair. Funny enough, the features of that face resembles the man that was in the tapestry on the stairwell, as well as the bust that you dropped. Opposite the fireplace is a large bed with a rotten mattress and wooden posts carved to resemble dragons. Across the double doors stand a tall wardrobe. Its doors hanging open, revealing a dark and empty cavity. The only other piece of furniture is overstuffed leather chair that faces the hearth.
Doesn't appear to be anything in here.
Excuse me.
Bedroom of sorts. I don't know if we'll find a revenant up here. Do we hear anything that sounds like anybody moving around anywhere in this area?
No.
Even like down the hallway? It's not like there's some walking around in the room down there.
Your perception.
Oh, I forgot how to do that. One moment, please. 6.
The rain on the roof is too loud for you to make out anything discerning.
All right. I guess we gotta search each room individually. Let's go.
So what do you want to do? Head down the hallway?
Okay. All right. There's that door. It's a little open.
Propped open. Not propped open, but it's open.
All right.
Bad choice of words. Bad choice of words.
I will check this door.
Okay. Well, it's open.
I will push this door the rest of the way open.
All right. Inside, you see 2 beds with torn canopies stand against opposite walls with a tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set into the far wall is a fireplace with black soot. A soft hiss issues from the hearth.
I step away from the hearth and close the door.
Yeah, as you stepped in.
I didn't actually step in. I stepped in so I could see the room, not so I could actually step in. There's a problem with roll 20. I have to go in there so I can see the room.
Understood. Understood. The motion of you opening the door a little farther, there's a small hissing dragging made of ash and smoke erupts from the fireplace, filling the room with soot as it beats its wings.
Does it still see me with the door closed?
You can't tell as you shut the door.
Okay. I listen to the door.
Oh my gosh.
I hear drums. There's a dragon.
As you try to close the door, the dragon flies towards you. Right before you shut it, it's turned itself into ash and soot like a vapor cloud, flies into the hallway. Flapping its wings, spreading that soot all into your eyes and everything else. Flies past you and Zephyr and Tak to the hallway where Nim is. Nim now sees this massive, well, not massive dragon, it's a large dragon filling the entire hallway. 20-foot high ceilings with soot and smoke.
I'm taking the fabric and hiding my face.
All right. It flies past Nim to a direction that you guys can't see right now.
I guess I'm going to run after it.
Okay, as you run after it, you see just at the final moment, it's going up the stairs.
Should we follow it?
Up that spiral stairs?
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's go.
Okay, let's
All right,
go.
chasing.
We're going up the stairs.
We're chasing.
Okay. Oh, we're doing this now. Okay. Let's get the music back up.
We need the Benny Hill music.
Yeah. All right, I gotta get y'all to a different map. New map.
Fight an ash dragon. That's kind of cool. Ash dragon's probably pretty cool.
Give me 1 second while I get your characters placed in.
Is the ash dragon like an ash zombie? When you kill
different.
it, it's gonna pop. You're gonna...
Well, I mean,
You're gonna have to find out.
if it's anything like the other dragon, once it said something, it disappeared. I just want to know if this one's gonna say something. Help us unravel.
The other one also exploded. You were.
Well, I mean, I didn't say go up and
But
try
it
to
hurt
make
real bad.
friends. Just keep your distance.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Ah, sugar.
As I bring you into a new map.
Oh, I forgot to select myself.
You have to adjust your map, Bull. I think it's to the bottom.
I see blackness.
Okay, it's underneath the turn.
But oh, there we are. There we are. It's a little teeny tiny thing.
Yeah, it's a stairway. Believe it or not. Did I roll? No, it didn't roll.
It didn't roll. It didn't roll. Nim.
22.
What you got, Nim?
I'm Tarnak and I go
Hit it twice.
first.
Come on. 7.
7 it is. Tox F 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. We'll sort. And because he got a head start, he goes. I'll give him go first before we start Tower Knock, so he had a head start. Because when he's passing through the curtain that you guys, as you climb up the steps, you saw the glimpse just before he passes through the curtain on hindrance, like he passes through like a spirit.
Okay.
15, 20, 25, 30. And of course, you got a curtain in front of you. That's why you guys can't see past this. Tarnak, it's your turn. With the black
okay.
tapestry right in front of you.
Okay, so I'm gonna be running up through here. I'm not gonna attack, I don't think, because we're trying to just follow it, right? So what I'm gonna actually do is use my action to use Thaumaturgy to open any doors that we're trying to go through that are just unlocked. Anything that's unlocked in front of us, I just want it to like open the door as we're chasing after the dragon thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this tapestry, move the tapestry out of the way.
Okay.
Okay. So now I can see out here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. I was trying to get you to be more specific because there's 2 sets of doors.
Okay. Well,
one on your left.
If I'm chasing
Go
the
ahead.
dragon's just straight ahead.
Okay.
So
you want to get rid of the tapestry. Tapestry has been opened.
Okay. And then
You want to leave the door alone on the north, right? To your left. Okay.
that's as far as I can go. So
Okay.
that's as far as I'll go. And I
Okay.
don't have an action because I used my action to clear the way for everybody else.
Opening
Right.
a door is a free action.
Sure. But if you use Thaumaturgy to do it, it's an action.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, he cast the spell to open any because the dragon's flying through the doors and flew through the curtain, like passing through them. He cast Thaumaturgy to open them up for us. So as we're chasing him, we don't have to stop and open doors.
Right. Yep, that's the plan. And that's as far as I go. End of my turn.
Okay. The dragon turns the corner and then makes another right inside the room. Talk.
Is there a door there?
I guess I'm right behind Tarnok.
Okay. And
you can dash.
I could, but that wouldn't leave me anything. Well, I guess I don't have anything here either, right?
Right. You can't see him. Better go, otherwise we'll lose him.
Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I'll oops, let me be on selector. So I'll dash and I can get to here.
Okay.
Oh, that's scary. You're better off on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
As you run through the rubble, as you notice, the roof over this part, which is this area right here, is part of the mansion has collapsed, creating a 20-foot diameter gaping hole with broken rafters bisecting it from above, from the roof. Actually, it's not the roof. It's is it a roof? Third floor. It'd be
Yeah,
more
we're on
the
the third
attic
floor,
space.
so that would be the roof. Or attic space, right?
Yeah. That's what I wanted to make sure it was the. Yeah, kind of an attic space / roof. It's like a little hut on top of the roof that you can see through. And seeing through that, you see dark storm clouds roll across the sky overhead, pouring rain. The floor is piled with rocks, broken tiles, shattered beams, and other debris. Beneath the rubble lie a sagging floor of puddles, rainwater. And as you turn the corner, you notice in front of you, the west wall of this 50-foot long, 30-foot wide audience hall has crumbled, leaving a gaping hole and a pile of rubble. Weapons and shields that once hung on the walls have fallen to the floor and succumbed to rust. A large wooden throne, carved to resemble a dragon with unfolding wing, faces 3 tall windows to the west, and slumped in the throne is a gaunt, armored figure with one gauntlet wrapped around a hilt of a great sword. Zephyr, it's your turn. You don't know what Talk seen.
Okay, I run in next to him.
All right. You see the sight in front of you of a slumped person.
Okay.
Nim.
I'm going to dash back here.
Okay. Running through the rebel in the hole in the floor, you turn the corner and you see as well what they're seeing.
So I don't know if they can see me or not.
Well,
They know we're here, so.
Okay.
I mean, let's see. What's your movement? 30?
Yeah. She can get all the way up in there if she wants to, but I think what she wants to do is stay there so she can hide.
Yeah.
So she's gonna get to there and then bonus action hide.
Pretty much.
Yeah, use her action to dash and bonus action to hide.
Okay. That brings it to Tarnok.
Okay. I am going to. I'm gonna use my movement to get to here. I think I can get to there. And
Okay.
I'm going to hold my action. I'm going to ready an attack for if anybody seems to attack us.
Okay.
And
you're
go.
holding?
Yep, I'm
All right.
holding my action.
As you guys cross over into the corners, you get to see the dragon fly to the top of the throne. It lands. It disappears.
Okay.
And I'll stop the music for now and see where you guys want to go from here. How you want to handle this encounter. So we're off combat round, technically. All depending on your choices. You got a slumped figure and enthroned is an armored figure with one gauntlet wrapped around its hilt of its great sword. As you slowly approach the room and are inside, as a dragon disappears, you hear in a very eerily voice, almost phantom-like, "Go away." It doesn't move, and it doesn't seem like it's moving its mouth, but you hear it.
It's good enough for me, guys. Let's go.
How do we bring back the
I'm
lights?
thinking the same way. How do we bring back the light?
Good question to ask. 1 second.
I can sacred flame him.
Don't attack.
I could
He doesn't seem hostile. At least not right now.
We just push his throne closer to the window.
Yeah.
I hope you felt that eye roll from across this country.
Okay.
It's raining outside.
He answers, "Light you speak of in these lands, there is no light. Know this, if you come to destroy me, I have perished, defending this land from evil for over 4 centuries. And because of my failure, I am forever doomed. If you destroy this body, my spirit will find a new corpse to inhabit, and I will hunt you down. You cannot free me from my damnation, nor I wish it. But if you come to free this land from the creature that feasts on the blood of the innocent, know this. There is no monster I hate more than Strahd Van Zarevich. He slew Argavast, broke the life of the knight I loved, and destroyed a valiant order to which I devoted my life. But Strahd has only died once, and he can't be allowed to die again. Instead, he must suffer eternally in his hell of his own creation, for which he can never escape. Whatever can be done to bring him misery and unrest, I will do, but I will destroy anyone who tries to end his torment."
I think we should go.
Yeah, I think so too.
If we mess with him, he's gonna hurt us.
Well,
If
he
ask-
seems
if we-
he said he would help us.
No, he would
He's-
say he said he would
he-
help somebody who would prolong the suffering of Strahd.
Yes,
We
he wants
kind of
Strahd
wanna
to
kill
continue.
him.
He wants Strahd to
Right.
continue to live in his torment.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, in
He
order
would
to
help
live in
us
things only tormenting
we
No,
anybody.
because
if we are doing.
we want to kind of kill Strahd. So
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we kind of want to kill Strahd. Oh, didn't say
let's
that.
just leave. Let's just go.
I'll post that for our awesome scribe. That was the text. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break the immersion.
That's it. My immersion's broken. Game over.
That's it. Gonna-
Yeah, I'm gonna start backing out of the room.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna head out. Have a good day.
He says nothing.
I guess I'm gonna like sneak over here. Is this
Okay.
another curtain?
Let me get to that. Yes, it's another term curtain. So as you look into that room, since it's basically open to you, this room has a tiled floor and an iron bathtub filled with debris from the collapsed roof above. And yes, a torn curtain hangs in the open doorway in the center of the east wall.
I guess. I mean, as long as we leave him alone, we can continue to search. We're already up here. We might as well continue to search up here. I guess I'm going to listen at the curtain.
Perception. You hear nothing but silence on the other side of the curtain.
Okay. Hey, come on. I'm gonna like wave at them. Like, come on. You guys are slinking away. Come on.
Okay. I'm gonna come over here.
Okay.
That guy gives me the creeps, Zephyr.
He's got the super creeps about him for sure. As long as we leave him alone, don't touch anything that looks too important. Maybe he won't bother us. I guess I will slowly pull the curtain open.
Talk, where are you going to be at? And Tarnak, I mean, and Nim.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll be right here.
Okay. And I assume Nim's going to be on that corner when she does it. Okay, so as you open this.
Good. I'm staying.
Okay. As you open the curtain, I can't do the creak because it's not proper.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
Inside, you see this room has dark wood paneling on the walls that rise to the height of 3 feet. That's a pretty high. Okay. Above the paneling, the walls are painted with a mural of religious figures becoming holy rites. In the center of the west wall is a tattered curtain. Did I read the... Yeah. West wall. Oh, that's when you enter from. There's a tattered curtain hanging in the open doorway. There's a door toward the north. That's why I was from that perspective. 3 tall, slender stained glass windows set into the opposite wall depict figures in white robes with orange sunrises behind their heads. If y'all want to run a religious check.
Oh, I'm super good at religion, so let's do it. Oh, I actually got an at 20.
Woot. And that makes sense as Zephyr would notice, actually.
Nice.
Nice. I'll take that as a go. So, Zephyr, you recognize the figures, especially from the well out of Kresk, portrays the Saint Andrew, the Morning Lord, and the other is Saint Marnavica. Woo! That's a hard one. I gotta copy and paste that one.
Was it 2 figures?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
2 figures. 2 figures with 3 stained glass. So there's 3 stained glass and 2 figures in each glass.
And then the emblem of the Morning Lord.
Yep. And these are the stained glasses right here. 2 and 3.
So each glass has the same 2 figures.
Correct.
Does there seem to be anything about these windows that stands out, or do they just look like windows?
Looks like windows, and in proximity to the chapel below, you will figure it's probably more decoration. But the thing to note, it's for the Morning Lord.
I mean, that makes sense because downstairs was a chapel to the Morning Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess I don't see anything in here, guys. Just some. I mean, the windows are pretty cool to look at if you want, but as far as anything significant, I don't see anything.
There's doors
There's
on
also doors to the north and the south.
I'm gonna like look around here and be like, oh, they just lead out into the hallway.
Right. Here you can see like
down in this hallway.
it's probably just a hallway as well. Alright, I'll check the here.
Now we
Okay,
came
you
in
want
that.
check? You want? What do you? Yeah, you came up from the steps, but there is a door that Tardoc was sitting in front of.
Yeah, I'll investigate this door.
You want to check the doors? I want to see this hallway.
Natural 20.
That door is not locked and seems not to be trapped for anything you are aware of.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Opens the door.
As the door opens,
Holy
through
shit.
the dusting cobwebs, you see faded war banners adorning the walls of a spacious chamber, and in the center of which stands a heavy wooden table, and an iron chandelier hangs above the table, which is surrounded by 6 high-backed chairs with wood-carved dragons perched atop them. And slumped in 5 of the chairs are skeleton humans in tattered chainmail. As you open the door, the corpse tilt their heads in your direction. One of them, in this corner over here, I'm in the wrong layer. The special-looking one growls, "Why do you living disturb the dead?"
You don't belong here anyway.
So how about we end the session with that for the night?
Okay.
Okie dokie.
That sounds like a good spot. You know, before the death of all of our characters. Or at least my character.
That's the door first.
Maybe they'll just be like the other guy and just be like, leave. And I'm like, cool, dudes. Thumbs up.
Have
Peace.
a good day. Have a good day.
Oh, man. Maybe. We'll see what next week brings. Oh, I hope you all had a fun one on this one. There's a lot of mystery here.
It was good.
So,
Crazy things happen.
I will drop this little hint because there has been so many months that pass. And I'm not sure what's coming out, at least on this one. There is 2 types of spirits fighting one, and not fighting is the wrong word, but there's 2 sets of spirits giving you clues here. So,
Okay. Oh.
I'll actually give you a third. There's a third one in there, but that's kind of minor. But there's 2 main
Oh my goodness.
spirits here. So you got the knights, and you got a dragon. Now, some of you don't know in D&D lore, dragons do turn into humans.
Yeah, I just kind of assumed that the cocky figure in silver armor we were seeing everywhere was Arnie.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn that music off. But yeah, you don't know that yet. But
I mean,
you would give
not,
it. There's a lot
not
of.
Zephyr,
There's a lot.
but I personally.
Right. There's a lot of paintings and murals depicting this individual. So you would assume But Zephyr may not find that out just yet. But just so it's been so long between the storyline and this particular instance, yeah, they do
You
form
wouldn't have to be a silver dragon.
dragons.
would you?
Well, the Order of the Silver Dragon is correct.
Oh, look, I'm just
It's a silver dragon,
Wow, it's almost like you just are amazing.
and not all
I am
dragons,
amazing.
and not all dragons are evil in D&D.
No.
Metallic
Oh,
ones are generally pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep. So the question is, who's talking to you about helping his knights out? And then you got knights that are vengeful and hateful, and right. You get two sets of storylines here. How do you free them? That's the question. But anyway, you may not have an answer by the end of this, but you'll have the answer soon enough.
Soon enough.
Or
Kill
we'll
them.
be
But I'll
dead trying. Yay.
Kill them all.
I had to give you that a little bit because there was so much time between, especially when you approach the dragon from the front. It breaks the storyline up a little bit. So, well, that'll be in the session for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Between the IMAX Tale, the Waterdeep, and this run, I tell you what, there's a lot of story that happened this week
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
between the all three sessions. So I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of good stuff.
I'll give you a little insight of why, just for the funniness of it, because it's so fresh. The bust.
What Sora did yesterday? Oh my gosh, I'm still talking about it.
It's crazy.
the whole Belfer head thing. It's actually written in the text that I can give this out to you. It makes sense with Belfer. It's actually an illusion spell set by Strahd from Strahd's consciousness. And where's Belfer at right now?
With Strahd.
Mm-hmm. So that was kind of a great little interjection there. You got to watch everything, Ubby? I'm so happy you did, man. I hope you enjoyed it.
Awesome.
I know
Awesome.
I know sometimes going room to room it seems kind of dry, but sometimes it's like that. So,
Especially when we sit and debate about whether to uncover something for like 30 minutes.
That's
It
why
was
I
a
was
good
just
debate.
like, yeah, that's just undoing. Unreal.
I take that as a compliment. I got so scared to touch anything.
I mean, literally everything in this building is trying to kill us.
Yep.
Welcome to Barovia. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
And I'll hope to see you back all next Wednesday. Don't forget the links and Discords and the YouTubes and all that other fun stuff. And for all the ones that came over from the Corgi or Pin raid, thank you very much for hanging out.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
you enjoyed everything. So it's different from Minecraft content. We play D&D as well. I know three of us actually do Minecraft as well. So I hope you enjoyed it.